small deeds done are better than great deeds planned. Small deeds done are better than great deeds planned. With this quote from Peter Marshall, I welcome you to another edition of this wonderful program on radio, Education Today. Education Today is a program that aims to call attention of the public to education matters as they affect the effective running of the educational system and the achievement of educational goals. This comes on air every Saturday from 3 o'clock to 4 p.m. West African time on this station, Lights Radio. I am OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. Our goal with this program is to educate, inform, orientate, and entertain the society on educational matters, address issues affecting the educational system, influence public opinion, and drive effective educational policy directions to guide the formulators and implementers. For your comments, questions, and contributions, you can reach us on Facebook via www.facebook.com/lightsradio, www.facebook.com/lightsradio, on Twitter at the Lights Radio, Instagram Lights_radio, and also on YouTube Lights Radio. You can also call or send a message to us via SMS or WhatsApp on 0809-738-4000. I'll take that again, 0809-738-4000. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, the program continues. Please stay with us.
Iṣẹ́ burúkú ni wọ́n ń ṣe tí wọ́n bá jalè wọ́n tún fọ́lé ẹ̀dàkùn yé ẹ̀yin òbí wa lẹ́bà lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa. Iṣẹ́ burúkú ni wọ́n ń ṣe tí wọ́n bá jalè wọ́n tún fọ́lé ẹ̀dàkùn yé ẹ̀yin òbí wa lẹ́bà lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa. ẹ̀dàkùn yé ẹ̀yin òbí wa lẹ́bà lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa.
Just joined in, you are listening to Education Today on Lights Radio. We kick off with the news segment, and we have Edna in the house to give us the news. Hello, Edna.
Hi.
All right, so let's have the news.
This is the news on Education Today, reaching you live from Light Radio. I am Jimo Edna. The headlines. ASU raises alarm over government-imposed hardship on academics. Unilearning to introduce Lecturer of the Year award. Loan scheme. No students will be left behind, Bajabi Amila tells NAND. Collecting tuitions in dollars illegal. NUC warns Nigerian universities. And on the foreign scene, 4 students shot at Atlanta High School parking lot. Now the details. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, HASU, says it is alarmed that despite the good intentions of Nigerian academics to make our universities globally competitive, government has continued to unleash hardship on the lecturers and students. ASU, in a statement released by its president, Professor Emmanuel Oshedeke, disclosed that the union at its National Executive Council meeting reviewed its renegotiation of ASU 2009 agreements, withheld salaries, arrears of earned academic allowances, illegal dissolution of governing councils, integrated personnel and payroll information system, core curriculum minimum academic standard, proliferation of universities, third fund intervention, underfunding of universities, and deepening socio-economic crisis. While calling on government to accelerate the process of arriving at a minimum living wage, as demanded by the LC, NEC calls on the Nigerian government to urgently review all IMF, World Bank sponsored economic policies, which are increasingly degrading the quality of life of Nigerians. The authorities of the University of Ilorin have announced a decision to institutionalize the Lecturer of the Year award in each of the 16 faculties of the university. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor OLUBUNMI Abayomi Omotesho, said this while discussing the content of the university's 5th strategic plan, tagged Shuttling to the Space, with staff members of the university at a special consultative meeting held at the institution's main auditorium. He said that the news awards would not stop the existing merit awards for deserving staff members of the various units of the university usually conferred during convocation ceremonies. He also said that the university would introduce an open day for parents to come to the campus of the university purposely to get an insight into the all-round performances of the children and wards. The Vice Chancellor, who thanked all the participants, explained that every staff of the university is important and that when each of them plays his role as expected, the university would enjoy tremendous progress. The Chief of Staff to the President, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, has also assured members of the National Association of Nigerian Students that no student will be left out of the Students' Loan Funds policy. Gbajabiamila also solicited the support of Nigerians to ensure that no indigent student who was genuinely in need of a loan was left behind. He assured the student that the government was ready to avert any looming industrial action by members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, explaining that the government was currently addressing issues that concerned the union. The National Universities Commission, NUC, said that no tertiary institution in Nigeria is allowed to charge tuition fees in dollars. The acting executive secretary of NUC, Chris Mayaki, stated this on Thursday, February 15, at a media parley with education reporters in Abuja. Mayaki said, on the dollarization of tuition fees in this said university, we have investigated it and the university is not charging fees in dollars. They only charge dollars to foreign students. So I want the media to join hands with us to tell the public that no Nigerian university is allowed to charge fees in dollars. Mayaki also said that the commission would continue to approve more universities as long as they meet standards and have the capability for sustainability. And on the foreign scene, 4 students living on Atlanta High School were wounded on Wednesday afternoon, February 14, when someone opened fire on them from a vehicle, the school district said. The students of Benjamin E. Mays High School were shot at the Lowell campus parking lot shortly after dismissal, Atlanta Public Schools said. None of the 4 had injuries that were considered life-threatening, according to the district. An Atlanta Public Schools spokesman said in a statement, Atlanta Public Schools Police Department and Atlanta Fire Rescue immediately responded to the situation, and all the victims were transported to the hospital and confirmed to have non-life-threatening injuries. The news comes on the same afternoon as a shooting across the country at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl victory parade in what has become a bloody day for the United States. That's all on the news today, but before we go, another look at the major stories. ASU raises alarm over government-imposed hardship on academics. Unilearning to introduce Lecturer of the Year award. Loan scheme. No student will be left behind, Gbajabiamila tells NAND. Collecting tuitions in dollars illegal, NUC warns Nigerian universities. And on the foreign scene, 4 students shot at Atlanta High School parking lot. That concludes our news segment. Thank you for watching. I am Jimo Edna. For coverage of your educational events, seminars, conferences, fairs, competitions, among others, you can call us on 07025074268. I will see that again. 07025074268. Or you can send us an email on educationmediaservices@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.
That's all we can take on the news for today. Right now, we'll take the Did You Know segment, and here is Aisha Hussein. Hello, Aisha.
Hello, Mr. KAZEEM.
All right, please let's have your.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Did You Know segment of Education Today, where we consider random ideas, thoughts, personalities, events, concepts, and celebrations that many people are unaware of. The objective is to broaden our horizon and increase our base knowledge of things around us beyond what is taught in schools and classes. I am Aisha Hussein. Today we want to talk about the Declaration of Independence. Did you know the document? Okay, the Declaration of Independence, formerly titled the Unanimous Declaration of the 13 United States of America, in the engrossed version, but not the original printing, is the founding document of the United States. On July 4, 1776, it was adopted unanimously by the 56 delegates to the Second Continental Congress, who had convened at Pennsylvania State House, later renamed Independence Hall, in the colonial era capital of Philadelphia. The declaration explains to the world why the 13 colonies regarded themselves as the independent sovereign states, no longer subject to British colonial rule. The 56 delegates who signed the Declaration of Independence came to be known as the nation's founding fathers, and the Declaration has become one of the most circulated, reprinted, and influential documents in world history. The Second Continental Congress charged the Committee of Five, including John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, Robert R. Livingston, and Roger Sherman, with authoring the Declaration. Adams, a leading proponent of the independence, persuaded the Committee of Five to charge Jefferson with writing the document's original draft, which the Second Continental Congress then edited. Jefferson largely wrote the Declaration in isolation between June 11 and June 28, 1776, from the second floor of his three-story home he was renting at 700 Market Street in Philadelphia. The Declaration was a formal explanation of why the Continental Congress voted to declare American independence from the Kingdom of Great Britain a year after the American Revolutionary War began in April 1775. 2 days prior to the Declaration, unanimous adoption, the Second Continental Congress unanimously passed the Lee Resolution, which established the consensus of the Congress that the British had no governing authority over the 13 colonies. After ratifying text on July 4, Congress issued the Declaration of the Independence in several forms. It was published as printed Dunlap broadside that was widely distributed. The Declaration was first read to the public simultaneously at noon on July 8, 1776, in three exclusively designated locations: Easton, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, and Trenton, New Jersey. What Jefferson called his original rough draft, one of the several revisions, is currently passed at the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., complete with changes made by Adams and Benjamin Franklin, and Jefferson's note of change made by the Congress. The best-known version of the Declaration is the signed copy now displayed at the National Archives in Washington, D.C., which is popularly regarded as the official document. This copy, engrossed by Timothy Matlack, was ordered by Congress on July 19 and signed primarily on August 2, 1776. The Declaration justified the independence of the United States by listing 27 colonial grievances against King George III, by asserting certain natural and legal rights, including a right of revolution. It declares a complete break with Britain and its kings and claimed the power of independent country. Its original purpose was to announce independence and references to the text of the Battle of Gettysburg, the bloodiest battle of American Civil War. Abraham Lincoln made the Declaration the centerpiece of his Gettysburg address. The Declaration of Independence has proven an influential and globally impactful statement on human rights, particularly its second sentence: "We hold this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." The passage came to represent a normal standard to which the United States should strive. According to Abraham Lincoln, the Declaration is a statement of principle through which the United States Constitution should be interpreted. The 56 delegates who signed the Declaration represented each of the 13 colonies: New Hampshire, Massachusetts Bay, Rhode Island and Providence Plantations, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. The Declaration of Independence is inspired by many similar documents in other countries, the first being the 1789 Declaration of United Belgian States, issued during the Brabant Revolution in Australia, Netherlands. It also served as the primary model for numerous declarations of independence in Europe, Latin America, Africa, and Oceania following its adoption. Now you know. That's all on the Did You Know segment for this week. I am Aisha Hussein. Education Today continues shortly. Please stay with us.
All right. Just gone by was the Did You Know segment, which took a look at the Declaration of Independence and provided a background to why Americans, the colonists, declared independence from Great Britain, and who were the participants in the preparation of that document called the Declaration of Independence. Right now, we'll take the International Day segment with Chidima. Hello, Chidima.
Hello.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here. Good afternoon.
Right. Good afternoon. So let's have the International Day.
Good afternoon and welcome to the International Day segment of education. Today, we will take a look at different days marked by the United Nations to commemorate different aspects of our lives as global citizens. I am Chidima Sunny. Today, we would be considering International Day of Women and Girls in Science, commemorated every 11th February of the year. A significant gender gap has persisted throughout the years at all levels of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics disciplines all over the world. Even though women have made tremendous progress towards increasing their participation in higher education, they are still underrepresented in these fields. Gender equality has always been a core issue for the United Nations. Gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls will make a crucial contribution not only to the economic development of the world, but to progress across all the goals and targets of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development as well. On 14th March 2011, the Commission on the Status of Women adopted a report at its 55th session with agreed conclusions on access and participation of women and girls in education, training, science, and technology. and for the promotion of women's equal access to full employment and decent work. On 20th December 2013, the General Assembly adopted a resolution on science and technology and innovation for development, in which it recognized that the full and equal access to the participation in science, technology, and innovation for women and girls of all ages is imperative for achieving gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls. On 22nd December 2015, the General Assembly decided to establish an annual International Day to recognize the crucial role women and girls play in science and technology through Resolution ARES 70212. The resolution proclaimed 11th February as International Day of Women and Girls in Science. The main reason for this declaration was to encourage many more girls and women to take up jobs in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, also known as the STEM subjects, STEM, STEM subjects. Figures show that although there is no significant difference in ability between boys and girls in mathematics and science, less than 35% of graduates in STEM subjects worldwide are women, and there are even fewer in engineering and information technology. International Day of Women and Girls in Science is an opportunity to promote full and equal access to and participation in science for women and girls. The first celebration was held in 2016. The day is implemented by UNESCO and UN Women in collaboration with national governments, intergovernmental organizations, civil society partners, universities, and corporations in order to achieve the shared goal of promoting the role of women and girls in scientific fields and celebrate those already successful in the field. Gender equality is a global priority for UNESCO, and the support of young girls, their education, and their full ability to make their ideas heard are leveler for development and peace. A theme is selected annually to highlight a particular focus and area of discussion around the focus points for gender equality in science. In 2024, the 2024 celebration is themed Closing the Gap in Science, Accelerating Action. Despite statistics that show close performance of girls and boys in science and mathematics, strong gender stereotypes prevail. Many girls are still less encouraged in STEM fields and have limited choices, if any, for their education and career development. On the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, Education Today calls on the world to reiterate the fundamental message: women need science, and science needs women. Only by tapping into the sources of knowledge, all sources of talent, we can unlock the full potential of science and rise to the challenges of our time. That is it today on the International Day segment. I am Chidima Sunny. Education Today continues in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
listening to Education Today on Light Radio, and we are moving into the discuss segment. Our guest is here with us, and today we are discussing relevant IT skills in today's world. Relevant IT skills in today's world. This time a lot of people talk about information technology, IT, in fact, professionals. In fact, you even have girls today now. It is an IT person and they want to these guys are collecting dollars, and naira is crashing down every day. So people just want people, especially IT guys, that are the ones commanding the economy right now in every sector almost. So today we want to look at what relevant IT skills are available there that people can explore, and what are the opportunities out there even in the world of IT, because there are different fields in it. So what are the opportunities that are out there? What are the career prospects? What are the requirements for someone to function effectively in the IT world? And many other things. Those are the things we want to take a look today. And joining us on the program today is a chartered IT professional, a resilient information security and certified ICT consultant in both technical and IT governance, with almost 2 decades cognate experience, working in the field of information technology. All right, so we have in the studio with us Mr. Mohsin Owolabi and Johnny. Good afternoon, sir, and welcome to Education Today.
Good afternoon, my guys.
All right, it's a pleasure to have you here. Before moving into the discuss proper, this is just to tell you that you can be part of this discuss by sending your comments and questions to 0809-738-4000, 0809-738-4000. You can also drop your comments via the live video feeds on Facebook and YouTube. And just before we move into discuss proper, we have this short quiz. Now, our short quiz is this. Sorry, I mixed that up. All right, so our short quiz, during the Did You Know segment, we dealt with the Declaration of Independence. So the question then is, on what date was this Declaration of Independence? On what date was it published? On what date was the Declaration of Independence document, signed by the members of Congress? On what date was it approved? Was it passed? So if you listen to our Did You Know segment, you would know what we are talking about. The Declaration of Independence was the document that proclaimed independence of the United States of America from Great Britain. So on what date was this declaration approved by the Congress of the United States? All right, so that is our short quiz. So you can send your answer to the number 0809-738-4000 or our Facebook or YouTube page. The first correct answer wins the prize. The first correct answer wins the prize. So we go into the discuss. So, Mr. Anjorin, probably to start with, what exactly is information technology? Because a lot of people believe that, at least when you say information technology, probably computer. So is that, and I want to believe that information technology goes beyond just probably having a computer before you, or for some people, all they know how to do is just, watch videos on computer. So what exactly do we mean by information technology?
Yeah, good afternoon, viewers, and good afternoon to the presenter.
Thank you.
Just like you've actually said, a lot of people has diverse opinion about their premise on this is what an IT means. Basically, IT is just the use of computers, softwares, network, and other technology tools to manage and process data, information, communicate, and then support business operations.
Okay, so any computer-based, gadget or software or programs that support communication, exchange of information, can be categorized as information technology. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
So, all right. So now that you're talking about this, with all these things that we have, all these gadgets, probably including our phones, our computer systems, our laptops, notepads, iPads, and what have you. that enables us to, exchange, information, communicate, or do so many other things. Like talk about, even providing business solutions. We'll categorize that IT. So, of what use then can we say IT is in our, lives today? Because I'm trying to imagine that so many centuries ago, there was something like computer. The people communicated and they lived, meaningful lives. So, what then is the value of IT in our lives?
Thank you for the question, and I think you want to experience what our forefathers experienced in the olden days.
They did successfully.
Yeah, they did successfully concerning the rise of world that we are in today. Basically, the IT in our daily lives is the value that it provides into our daily life is actually multifaceted. So you can't actually have it on just one straight jacket. Okay. So I would just want to highlight it in just a few ways. Okay. Firstly, you look at the communication area. Okay. So with IT, we are able to communicate with each other. If I'm not here now, I think it's also important. It's also possible for me to be elsewhere and then to have this particular section going on. Access to information. You can imagine the volume of information that we have access to in the world now. If you are it's meant to be like those days that we have to have access to information. You go into the library, you go into a lot of researches, and you carry a lot of books. Just imagine you need to dissect like 100 books before the day breaks, and you need to carry 10 books. But now you don't need you just need a piece of a story to have those things within, and then you are having your information. Convenience is one of another areas that you can look at how computers, IT has actually impacted to our lives. Okay. So convenience in the way we do things, with ease of doing things, ease of our daily lives, concerning the area of you just want to buy things, within the comfort of your home, you can actually press the click of the button and you get whatever you want to do. And productivity, you look at how productivity is going to contribute to the better things that our life has actually turned to now. Use of softwares, use of application tools that can make your work to be more productive, that access to a lot of things. These are other things.
Their schedules better. Exactly. IT, you can do a whole lot of things.
Exactly. So with all this, so you have that. Our lives can be like other.
Well, that's. But then, I'm trying to imagine that our forefathers, they lived successfully. They don't have IT. They didn't have IT, but they still live successfully. Now, is it possible for anyone to live a meaningful life in today's world without IT?
I can't. That's why I said that you wouldn't want to imagine that you just want to backtrack into those days. Concerning what we have now, we have the world that has been globally enveloped into one global village, and then you have a lot of people that are doing a lot of trade, a lot of communication that is happening, and other things. Just imagine there's no IT. You want to reach out to the viewers of Lighthouse, and you now want to tell them that your program is going to be happening at social time. Imagine that you want to use a tank crier. So you can imagine that. So that is one. So you look at the information access that we are actually looking at, that we have at our disposal now. The access to information we have, our forefathers do not have access to those informations. We are so enveloped into a lot of information.
Invariably, you're saying that it is hard for anyone to live in this 21st century without IT.
Coming back, landing onto my premise, it is absolutely impossible, practically impossible for you to actually live that life with the level of world that we are now, the quality of life that you want to live, that the one they live then and the one that you are living now, with a lot of things, convenience and other things.
I agree with you to some extent, but I believe that it's also debatable, because there are some people that are living, in an ostracized world where they feel like these things are actually instruments of the devil, and for that reason, we don't really need any of these gadgets. So let me just say, within my cocoon, there are people that live in villages that are not even connected, even to electricity grid, not to talk of IT. They live, in the creeks, in the bush. They go to farm, they eat, they feed, they go to market, they come back home, and they still live one way or the other. Although it might be difficult, although they might be disconnected from the world, But then, one way or the other, people can still live it. I'll leave that to you. So now, the question now is, you have talked about some of these positive angles and why we actually need to have IT infused in different aspects of our lives. Now, there is a flip side to it that a lot of people complain about. That IT has actually affected our socialization such that people are disconnected from one another, partly, in the sense that in the past, we cherish visiting people. These days, nobody bothers to visit anyone anymore. After all, I can call. What do I need to visit? Let me just call. At most, video call. At least we can say ourselves. So, what do I need to visit? So people don't visit themselves anymore. And not to now talk about the immorality. People tell you that IT has actually opened the doors of immorality to a lot of people, that things they don't know are being done in some other places. Now they can have access to it. So what do you have to say concerning this?
The question you have is a brilliant question, and something that has been in the academic space, whereby a lot of people debate on it, and the debate is ongoing. It is important for us to know that IT, the impact of IT on socialization and morality is actually complex, and then opinions generally varies. So you can't just have to just say that.
Like that.
Exactly. So while we look at that, IT has actually facilitated new forms of socialization. You communicate, you enable. Just imagine the herald of COVID-19 just at your backyard.
Yeah,
so you see the way people actually adjusted, and then they were able to socialize. Despite that positive, and there are a lot of negative connectivity that has actually happened. You have like the excessive use of social media and digital devices has actually led to a lot of decrease in face-to-face interactions.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
agree with you there. Yeah. So then in views of this, there are a lot of reduce in empathy, the way people interact with people. So I think I
people
got
tend to treat others like machines.
exactly, because that's what
Yes.
I'm doing. That's because
I don't bother
didn't.
about feelings of anyone. I can abuse anyone. I can cyber bully anyone with. I don't care how they feel. So we would not say yes, IT, regardless of the positives that it has brought. We probably should not say that there are no negatives, but we are not here to actually look at some of those negatives. At least for just people to understand that we know that such things exist. Now,
it is important for us to note that balancing the benefit and the risk of IT is the key aspect.
So we just need to maintain a balance.
Exactly.
All right. Now there's this narrow notion that in secondary school, then we believe that IT is actually for those that are that are in the sciences, for those that are science based, and so if I actually want to function in the IT, probably I must go to the science class. I'll have to do physics, chemistry, and all these sciences like that. Now, is that notion still valid in today's world?
Basically, the notion is increasingly becoming outdated.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because
it means that non-science student can actually function.
Exactly. If you look at the diverse career path in IT, if you look at the interdisciplinary relation of IT, the cross-disciplinary collaboration within IT and access to IT education, it has actually given opportunity for a lot of people without having science background to actually come into IT and play better.
All right, good. Now, so if that is the case, then, if I really don't have to be science-based for me to function in the IT world, then do we all have to be IT experts when everybody is our own career? You have medical doctors, you have lawyers, you have accountants, you have language experts, and you have whatever. So now, and you're talking about IT. So do we all have to be IT experts? Because I'm looking at all this and people are like, oh, IT now is the one that is reigning. So do we all have to be IT experts, actually?
In the world that we are now,
Yeah.
not everybody has to be an IT expert,
Okay.
but you must be an IT savvy.
Oh, you must be IT savvy.
Yeah.
So it's like a basic requirement now.
Exactly.
So we don't have to be an IT specialist.
Exactly.
But you must be able to probably use the tools of IT.
Exactly.
So you must have IT awareness.
Basically, in some contexts, when you go to some thought, it is said that IT generally is supposed to be a tool, not a cause.
Okay. All right. Now, so what does it require them to function in the IT world? Probably in terms of the knowledge requirement, what do I need to do if I actually want to be IT savvy, at least on the minimal level?
Okay, basically this requires just a combination of one, education, number two, technical skills, number three, the practical experience, and then the last one is personal quality.
Okay.
So just let me
probably,
expatiate for
yeah,
them. That
just
also
bring
on
it
the
down
education, you need someone that you need at least a formal degree. That is
literacy, basic
yes,
literacy.
exactly.
Ability to read and write.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly,
Let
exactly.
me
So,
put
so,
it that
but
way.
at some quarters, they would, if we are to be regarded as an IT expert, so you need to have a formal education,
Okay.
like a BSc at minimal level and HND. So perhaps at some quarter they will ask you that a master's will be an added advantage to that.
Really?
So you also have to have a technical skill. So you need a solid foundation on the technical relevant area in your area of specialization, because generally IT is very vast and you need to be able to specialize.
Okay.
The last
No,
one
no,
is that
what I'm trying to even say is you are already going too deep into IT for those that probably want to major in the IT. I'm saying, for instance, I want to be a lawyer, but I still at least want to have an idea of IT, so probably I can infuse the IT knowledge in my work as a lawyer, probably in my chamber. So, like, what minimal
the basic requirement that you
the basic
need.
knowledge that I need, at least to function in the IT. Also, it means when they say IT, I'll be looking like a dummy.
Basically, these are the criteria that the basic thing that you must have. Number one, you must have the digital literacy, that ability to just understand the basic computer concept and the terminologies, be proficient in the use of your computers, then be able to be familiarized yourself with the use of the Windows, if you are using Windows, for Linux, for other ability to use computers. Generally, that's number two is the internet skills, ability to navigate yourself over the internet, use the browser and other things, then the internet terms and other things. Then you must be able to also use your email management. So ability
Regardless
to send email.
Of whether you're an IT specialist,
Definitely, these are basic things that you must exactly. You must be able to you must be able to send email. So if you have to send email to, because nobody is coming to take the letter pass through exactly. So you must be able to send email. Then you must be able to familiarize yourself with.
Except for Nigerian civil service. Sorry, that's just an aside.
You must also be able to use some communication tools like WhatsApp. And then the Twitter, the LinkedIn, and other communication tools that you can use to interact. Then some basic productivity tool softwares such as Microsoft Office tool. You are using other things like that, so that you can use to just do document management for your little of Excel and those are those things that you must. Then the last one that is very, very important is that you must be able to have a critical thinking and problem solving skills.
Wow. All right.
You must be able to use that.
All right. So, looking at all this then, so regardless of our specialization, at least I should be able to use my phone.
Yes.
I should be able to send mails on my phone.
Exactly.
I should be able to attach a document. I should be able to communicate using some of these.
It's very, very key.
Software and things like that. All right. So that's good. That's good. All right. So, there being a wide field of human endeavor. So now let's go a bit deeper now. For someone that is probably interested in IT. No, so what are the areas of specialization that people, because I know that, there are different fields. So if someone that is interested in IT, all this one talking about IT, so I think IT is the it for me. So if I want to major in IT, what are some of the opportunities or the specialization areas that we have in the field of information technology that people can specialize in?
Okay, so I'll be majorly speaking to the IT people now. So
IT guys, listen, or no, those who have prospects or who are interested in IT, please.
Yes. So the areas that you'll be looking into is number one, you'll be looking at the area of software development. Okay. Number two, cybersecurity. Number three, data science and analytics. Number four, cloud computing. Number five, networking. Number six, we call it user experience and user interview UI/UX. Number seven, IT project management. Number eight, data management, database administration. Number nine, IT consulting and advisory services. Those are the few ones that you can just look into, and then you can specialize. Those are the basic areas in IT that you can specialize in.
I know for those of us who are not IT compliant, you might be asking yourself, what's all this database administration, UI, UX, cyber security, and all those terms? So, because this program is education today, and there are so many people, especially even secondary school students, that watch and they want to know what some of these terms that you have used, what they entail. So that if I say cyber security, what should come to my mind, or what is it about? So if I feel like, okay, probably that's an area that I'm interested in, or if you probably talk about data analytics now, what is it about, such that if you break it down, people can actually make their choices from some of this. Probably you break it down a little bit.
So if you are looking at the software development, so we have the software developers, people that designed and they build and they maintain software application systems and platforms whereby people interact. Just like, for instance, your Facebook, your WhatsApp, people that design that application for you to be able to bring it back to you as a user, and then from the owner for you to interact, for other people to interact conglomerately. Okay. So that's what we mean by software development. So people that place in those areas are basically software developers. Okay. So we have the cyber security. Cyber security specialists are the one that focus on protecting computers, systems, network, and data from cyber attacks.
Okay, it has been hard. The system
exactly.
So those are actually manage that and
protect those ones. So we call them the police of the cyber world.
Okay, the police of the cyber world. All right, good. That's good.
So if you're talking about this data science analytics, there are people that analyze large data set of data to ensure that make insight and informed decision making based on all these data that have been done. So those are those things that we can just looking at.
Okay, all right. So for further information, you go and you go online or find additional information or meet IT expert like him. All right. So, but at least you have an idea of what some of these things about. Then, if that is it, are there some skills that are necessary for people? Now, regardless of your specialization, so are there some skills now that someone interested in IT should possess, or they need to work on for them to, succeed in whatever specialization in the IT world they have interest in? Are there some skills that are peculiar?
The fundamental and basic one is critical thinking and then problem solving skills.
Okay.
That's the first one. The second one is the technical skills. You need that, right?
Okay.
So based on the relevant area that you want to actually go, so you must have proficiency in that area. So if you're actually going into software development, you must have proficiency in programming languages. If you actually must be able to understand software development and other things like that. So if you're actually going to be major into database management, you must be able to be familiar with yourself with database management systems and the like that. So one of the things that you must be able to have is an emphasis on soft skills.
Soft skills.
In the IT world now.
Every field talks about soft skills. So what do you mean by soft skills specifically with IT now? Because
you are talking about communication skills, problem solving skills, adaptability skills, because in IT sometimes it can be born, it can be challenging.
Yes,
so you need that release.
You are doing the same thing over and over again. So all around you just click, cancel, click.
No, actually it's actually more than that.
Okay.
It's actually more than that. So you must have that resilience. Okay. You must be able to have collaboration skills, be able to collaborate with a lot of people. Others. Exactly. Then another thing that is very, very important is time management.
To be able to deliver on time, on schedule.
And one thing that you can't joke with is attention to details. One thing that is very, very important. If you can't have attention to details, you can never play in IT.
Because you can't troubleshoot.
Exactly.
You
must be able to
determine where exactly.
And attention to details is something that is lacking. So once you can have that, so it's something that you can imbibe, you can build on, and so you have to work on that. So other areas that you must have is that the personal qualities.
All right.
You must be able to have that passion and resilience to a lot of things like that. So that's
good. Now, this is Nigeria. What are the prospects for IT professionals in Nigeria? What are the opportunities for them? For IT professionals in Nigeria?
Okay, thank you for that. So we'll be talking about the career prospects for people that want to major in IT in Nigeria. One of those things, based on the discussion that
we are always interested in. What is the need for me? If I should go into this field, what are the opportunities out there? That is what people want to know.
So one thing I was talking about software development then, and so the first thing that first come to people's mind is software development and engineering. So you can be a software developer or software engineer. So you can be a cybersecurity specialist. You can be a data scientist or data analyst. You can be a cloud architect or cloud engineer. You can be a network administrator or network engineer. You can be a UI UX designer. You can be an IT project manager.
Let me get this straight. All these ones you have talked about the field and they would specialize. The reality is, if I do it, is money there? So when you say, see, people, what they want to hear is the money there for IT professionals in Nigeria? Let me give you an instance. See, we talk about academics now, teachers. In Nigeria, no money. But if you go abroad, they will tell you there is money. So, but now IT, do we also need to travel abroad, or here in Nigeria too we can actually make it? Let me come to the street language. Prospects, opportunities, now money one here.
The reason why, if we are playing IT in Nigeria, why it is very, very key that you can actually have a good prospect is because within Nigeria space, there has been a rapid technological advancement. Okay. Unlike other areas. Okay. So opportunity is there. The market is there in Nigeria. So we have a growing tech ecosystem. So that space is actually growing every day. There is a digital transformation initiative within Nigeria. So it gives you that opportunity for you to be able to make a lot of things in there. So you can move into entrepreneurial opportunity. Okay. Then there is one thing that is very well. You can be in Nigeria and then globally you can have a remote work opportunity. Hey. So you will be in Nigeria and so those are those
possible ones. If it is money is there. Don't worry. All right. So fine. Good. I love that because see, Nigerians, what we want to hear is the opportunities are there. So I'm saying this because for a lot of people, they believe is school has come. So you're saying that with your IT skills, you can actually make a lot of money. But then, I want to probably draw your attention to this. What can you say about those who use their IT skills to perpetrate fraud? Probably those who conflate IT. When you say, some people now might say they hear IT. Next thing that comes to their mind is Yahoo Yahoo. We even have security agents that the moment they see you with laptop, the next thing is you are a Yahoo guy. So, probably, I want you to say something concerning this.
Thank you so much for the question. Within the IT space, just like every other endeavor, so you have the good one and the bad one. It is an avenue for economic value. That's why they are playing in that area. Okay. So I want to use your time. I want to use your value. That is the area of the Yahoo issue within Nigeria. Cyber fraud. So please, the concept is cyber fraud. So the concept of cyber fraud actually comes into play because there is a need for that, and the need for that is business. Let me give you an instance. The angle of antivirus came into place because people need to make business out of they create virus and so that we can sell antivirus to you. So it's actually a business concept.
So naturally, you guys are fraudsters. One way or the other.
It's
You're
not
using us to make money. Can you imagine that?
It's not a fraudster initiative, but it's just exactly. So it's just.
And you want to use it to make money.
Exactly.
So would you now say your guys are also testing their knowledge to make money?
Yes, that's what they are doing.
Okay.
That's what they are doing.
So invariably, you're saying that, but then that opens doors for people to become cyber, security experts.
That's where I don't want to land now. So why we have that? Because they are going to be the bad wagons about it. So then you have people that will have to major in that and will come to counter that. And that's the analysis of you have a virus and antivirus. Okay. So within this,
because fraudsters and you have cyber security,
because this we are human beings and we tend to be good and bad. It is important for you to understand that. You can't rule that out. Exactly.
Okay, I like that. So now, let me also bring this. We are in the era of Japa. People want to Japa. Now, between staying back in Nigeria and traveling abroad as an IT specialist, what would you recommend to young Nigerians? I want you to say something concerning that, please. I want you to say something concerning that. Because a lot of people feel like, why do I want to stay? With all this knowledge of IT that I have, I'll not stay back in Nigeria. So, please, what do you have to say to young people? They have the IT skills. So, between staying back in Nigeria or traveling abroad, please, what would you recommend?
Okay, for people that want to actually go into IT and then looking at, they're actually being in IT and then they are looking at harnessing career prospects in other countries,
Okay.
which is something that is commendable. So it is important for us to know that if for you to say that you actually want to take that route, what I would say personally is that it's something that is personal to every individual.
Okay.
So individual look at it that okay, based on my career growth and other things, I want to harness other people other opportunities over there, So why I can look at it that there are a lot of opportunity here in Nigeria. I can also I can look at that within Nigeria space and do that. So it's something that is personal to everybody. So you can look at me and say, okay, I am in Nigeria and I want to play within Nigerian space.
Okay.
You can have someone that's okay, I found this over. I've asked some other people that have risen to their career and just say, no, they've seen it all within the space of Nigeria. They don't want to test some other water, other way. So it's something that is personal.
All right. So you are still on to education today on Light Radio. We are looking at relevant IT skills in today's world, and we have Mr. Musinu Olabi Anjorin, an IT professional. In fact, is also an adjunct lecturer with Lagos State University of Science and Technology, LASUS Tech. He is, the MD of Dava Corp. And you see, IT people, there are so many areas who they will stay here and be working remotely and be making dollars and be looking at us and we be looking at them and think we are all the same. It's not like that, but then so that's him. So he's here with us and he's sharing insights as far as IT world is concerned. As a reminder of our short quiz, we asked that on what date did the United States Congress, the first Congress, convened, or the second Congress actually, that approved the Declaration of Independence? On what date did this happen? If you listen to did you know segment, that was the topic of discussion, the Declaration of Independence. So as our short quiz, on what date did the Declaration of Independence was it approved by the United States Congress? All right, so very quickly, because our time is fast spent, I'll just want you to say one or two things. Like, are there IT certifications that people need to have to really function in that IT space? And if we have those certifications that they can use, do they still need probably higher education, probably going to the university or what have you? Because people feel like with IT, I don't even need to go to a conventional tertiary institution, be it a polytechnic or a university.
Personally, I would say that the space that we have within Nigerian tech space is still evolving, and then because we are playing within the Nigerian space, whereby there are still a lot of emphasis on your certificate.
Okay.
So if you are playing in other
Clients,
world,
yeah.
So we can just say that okay, this is yes. So but within Nigerian space, if you are actually trying to assess an opportunity, you will hear that BSc is required, this thing is required, and something is required as added advantage.
I also have some other certifications.
Exactly. So the basic requirement for you to just do is to perhaps to just have now at least a certification, be it an ND, an HND, or BSc, or that, so that added to your skills that you need, you'll be able to play better in this space.
But then, please, because you are also a lecturer, how true is it that IT is actually killing people's interest in schooling? That's why the idea of schooling is a scam. So, is it true that IT is actually killing people's interest in schooling? Because they feel like, and other careers generally, that IT is everybody now wants to go in if you operate in the IT world. So nobody wants to be interested in any of that, some of these conventional fields. Now, so the IT is actually killing those conventional fields, and even conventional schooling. I can actually sit at home and educate myself on YouTube. I go online, I use Wikipedia, I use Google, and other things like that. So I have all the resources. So is it true that IT is actually killing schooling?
I don't believe that. It's something that is debatable.
It's debatable.
Exactly.
Okay, so it means that there are some people that have that
share that opinion, and there's somebody that's also because of what we have actually seen. Okay. Based on what IT actually thrown into the world, you have the good and the bad ones. So based on that, you can say okay. But the good thing that we must also look at is that for people that are going into IT, you must have something that is pushing you to go into there. So within that space, you have a lot of things and other things that you must have to do. So these are those things that make people to actually stay vividly within that space.
I have two related questions, and that will be the final set of questions. First is, someone who is watching us today, and with all that you have said, and says, with all that you have said, I'm convinced I want to pick an interest in IT. what do you have as, a piece of advice to such a person, especially young people who want to pursue a career in the IT world? I want you to give that. Then again, you also have some people, they already have their careers. Someone is working, a lawyer, a doctor, a this, a that. I feel like, with all this, I'm in the wrong profession. I want to change. I want to do a 360 degrees, shift. I want to move back into the IT world now. Like in IT, I also want to earn dollars. So they have their career, but I feel like IT is actually attracting me, and the opportunities IT is attracting me. So what do you have for such people? Should they take such a career shift, or they should remain where they are and probably see how they can infuse IT in what they are doing? So what to be a
So I'll start from where you actually stopped, and that is
career shift.
Exactly. So
IT, they make money there.
So the best thing to do is to look at IT from the angle of it too.
Okay.
Not as the you look at IT as a means, okay, and not
an end in
exactly. So
it
so
means
that
to an end and not an end.
exactly.
Okay.
So that's so let me just
so
my advice.
They should use it as a tool to enhance the work they do.
Exactly.
And not leave the career to
exactly. For instance, now you are a medical doctor. So if you have an IT knowledge, so you can use it to enhance the medical space.
Okay.
So that's what so we have recently there is a young doctor that's finished from LASUCOP. As he was graduating, he is already a developer.
Wow.
So within that space, so when he's practicing, he knows his honors, he knows what he's meant to do. So those are those things
so you can use that
exactly to better the space of the medicine. Okay. So that's one. So for people that are
young people that are
trying to pursue a career in IT, so basically my advice would be in this area. So number one, they should try and explore their interest.
Okay.
What is going to be their interest within that space? Okay. They should try and build a solid and a strong foundation within the IT space. Okay. They should try and also look at keep learning and stay curious. Not that you just look at it is
it's not the kind of curiosity that kills the cat.
No, not at all. So you must the curious exactly. That's what you must do.
So enhance
exactly. So this one. Exactly. And not so because they are focused. They know their path that they are doing. So they must also try to gain hands-on experience. It is very, very important to do. So they must also try to network and collaborate within everybody. And then one other vital thing that they must also do is to try and then develop soft skills and then try and stay clear within that space. It's very, very important. They should try and do that. And they should also try and look at the area of be resilient and persistent in whatever they're doing. And lastly is they should try and seek mentorship.
Well, I will add this one, please. Sean Cyberfraud. I think that it's important that we use this opportunity to emphasize this fact that we can use our skills to better our world and not to corrupt it. And it's important. See, with great power comes great responsibility. That knowledge in that IT field that you have is actually a great power. And with that great power, you can enhance this world and its livability. Let's make this world a better place for everyone to live in with our skills.
Exactly.
And not actually use it to oppress people because you feel like they don't have the knowledge. So the next thing is we should use that. If that is the way we operate, then imagine if every other specialist, every other expert, exploit others with their knowledge. What kind of world do you think we would live in? So I would leave you with such a thought. I would like to say very much thank you to you for journey, for the insights that you have shared as far as this IT is concerned. Sincerely, it's an eye-opener for a lot of people. And well, probably you have told us not to leave our career, because I'm already thinking maybe I should also do that 360 degree shift. But then at least you have said it that no, I should actually seek the tools of IT, use IT as a tool to enhance what I'm doing. And this program too, at least we'll be using IT, and I think it's part of it. So it only enhance the quality of our delivery, the quality of the content, in order for people to learn more. And I believe that the world will be a better place for us all to live in. And on that note, we'd like to appreciate you for coming. And this is your first time here, and I believe that probably there are some other opportunities that will also throw up on this program that would invite you to still come and probably share insights. Just like last week we looked at artificial intelligence, and education. So today we are looking at the relevant, IT, skills, in today's world, and how people can actually take, harness such opportunities. So thank you very much for coming. It's a pleasure to have you here. All right.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, so that's it on the discuss segment. Right now, we'll move straight into the Words on the Marble. You're welcome to the Words on the Marble segment of Education Today, where we'll take a look at memorable quotes that are educational and inspirational to everyone. Today, we have a quote from Theodore Roosevelt. According to him, to educate a person in the mind, but not in morals, is to educate a menace to the society. I'll take that again. To educate a person in the mind, but not in morals, is to educate a menace to the society. That's our one on the marble for today. Ethics and morality are essential parts of education. Imparting knowledge without morality will only result in having a society of literate rogues who would only think about themselves at the expense of the populace. That is a thought for us to ponder over. All right. So thank you very much. So the question that we asked, we said, on what date was the Declaration of Independence approved by the Congress of the colonies, the 13 colonies that formed the United States of America and broke away from the control of the British monarchy? And that date is actually 4th July 1776. 4th July 1776. 13 colonies signed the Declaration of Independence. All right, so let me see if at all we have, okay, we don't have a winner. All right, so probably you listen better. But at the same time, I'd like to appreciate all those who have joined us on YouTube and on Facebook. Leah Oyebanji, thank you very much for your comments. I appreciate. And for all others who have joined us, thank you for being part of this program. This is just to inform you that you can advertise your products and services and also showcase your events on this program like Education Today. You can do that by calling the number 0702-507-4268. Also using this opportunity to speak out and to seek the support of our listeners and viewers that this program will need your sponsorship, at least to keep going and to do so many other logistics, to meet with other logistics. So would appreciate your support. Just call the number 07025074268. Thank you very much for joining us today. Let's know how you feel about today's program through our various platforms. On Facebook, www.facebook.com/Education Today. You can also send a mail to educationmediaservices@gmail.com. Education Media Services as a single word @gmail.com. Many thanks to the entire crew of Education Today and the management of Lights Radio. The supervising producer has been Saeed Aremu. Many thanks to MC Vibes, T-Wise, and Feisha. Do join us same time next week on this station. I remain OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. See you next week and goodbye.